Today we're going to teach our dogs how to roll over. So this can be a really slow process for some dogs, so you want to take it step by step and not push your dog and not make them be too stressed. So I'm going to start here with Dexter, and the first thing that we want to do is we want to get him into a lie down position, but I don't want to say my down word because I don't want down to become roll over, meaning I don't want to end up saying down and my dog rolls over. So Dexter obviously knows I have food in here and he's wanting to work. So in the beginning stages, you're just going to take your food reward and you're going to lure your dog to a down position. And if it's a new behavior, I'm going to go ahead and reward that behavior. Once they're in this position, then what we want to do is we want to get them to actually rock on their hips so that they start to get sort of in a C shape. So if you can stay, Dexter. So if you can see Dexter's back hips, how they're starting to kind of move that way, I want to help that along. And the way I do that is I take my food treat, and if I take this food treat and slowly lure him to his back bottom, he'll flip over to that side. And most dogs are going to go slower than Dexter here. So wait. So I'm going to lure him down and slowly lure him so he can look at his back side there. So I'll position Dexter again. Was that a big piece? So you're going to lure your dog to that down position. Just wait. And when they're in that down position, you're going to lure their head to smell their bottom. So I'm going to lure this way. And when you lure around, that turns that butt hip over there. You're being silly. And to get him to do that hip rock, where I want him to go that way, his C is going to go this way. So I'm going to lure him this way. And again, normally they're just going to go right there. I obviously stopped Dexter. So I'll show you one more time. Easy. Again, lure down and slowly lure to smell his bottom. That's the first stage. And I work on that until the dog comfortably gets into that position. Dexter obviously knows this trick. He's been doing it for a while. So we're going to come back again. So then once my dog's able to get into that position easily, then my next step is to start to turn him over a little more. So the way I'm going to do that is with my lure. So in this position, and I'm just going to move my hand a little bit more so that I'm kind of going up and over with my dog. So again, a little bit more, and then I'll reposition him. Okay, he does it. So we're lure to the down, lure to that little hip rock, and then I just keep bringing that food up a little bit more. And when my dog's comfortable with that, we just start luring a little more, and I take my hand and I start to go over to the side. And as soon as he flips over, that's when he's going to get that reward. So I'm going to lure down and slowly lure to the side. And then when they go over, reward with that treat. So we're going to take the lure and roll to the side and then all the way over. So there's the lure. Yes, good job. And then yes, and then give them the treats. Once my dog is following that lure and doing it quickly like Dexter, then I'll say my word. So ready? Roll over. Yes, good job. So I'll show you again. Dexter. Ready? Roll over. Yes, good job.
Roll over.
So the end result is where you don't actually even have to tell your dog to lie down first. They'll just go to the roll over from that standing position. Dexter hasn't done this for a while, believe it or not, so we'll see how he does on that. Come here, buddy. Ready? Roll over. Yes, oh good boy. And then again, when they do, I usually say yes and then give them a treat. When you start with your rollover behavior, don't be surprised if it takes lots of days and lots of practice to get there. You want to go nice and slow so that your dog's really comfortable. If you're starting to move your lure around and you see your dog kind of pushing out his toes like this and he's starting to get stiff, then you're pushing too hard. You're trying to ask for too much of a behavior. You want to go nice and slow that your dog does it in a nice relaxed fashion. Again, generally they won't be as excited as Dexter is. He just really likes to work. So you're just slowly going to do your lure and they're going to do their little hip rock. And once they're able to do that, then you're going to start luring just a little bit more so that they're getting a little bit more into the side and then up and over. So good luck teaching your dog to roll over, and if you have any questions, don't forget to ask me them in the forum.